Okay, let's see. I want to make sure, excuse me, it's showing that we're live here. I think it is. Okay, so as you guys start hopping on, give me some hearts. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're from, anything fun like that, so I can see kind of who I'm chatting with. And then we'll go ahead and get started here in just a second. So, I am so excited that you guys are here. And I want you to know too that this is a private group, so no one knows that you're in here unless one of your friends is in here too. So I want for you to feel free to ask any questions, feel free to just engage and comment and, let me know what you're feeling or what you're excited about, because this is just a safe place for us to chat, for me to give you my story and tell you a little bit about my team, and for me to help you guys and help share just tips and answer your questions and help you feel at peace about your decision. So we'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Ashley Smith, and I am so excited that you guys are here. Look, you guys are from all over. I love it. I'm in Georgia, so we used to live in Kennesaw, and now we're up in Canton, Georgia, just kind of up in the country. We love it. So if you guys don't know who I am, maybe you didn't join this group because of myself, maybe it was for another coach. So my name's Ashley Smith. I live here in Canton with my husband. I've got two kids, and they're 3 and 1, and we are just, it's always crazy, two little toddlers. I got into coaching. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I got into coaching about 4 years ago. So it was November 4th, I think, of 2014. And it was about a month before I found out that I was pregnant with my son. And I was teaching full time. So I'm a prior, I say retired now, but I was a prior Spanish teacher. So I used to teach middle school and high school Spanish, and I loved it. But I just had gotten to this place where, I don't know, I was very burnt out, and I felt very just like I would just wake up every day and I would just feel burnt out and just like, man, is this all that there is? Is this all that life is all about? And I was just so, ugh. So when we started deciding that we wanted to have a family, I really wanted to stay home with my kids. Not everybody wants to do that, but that was a really big thing for me. I grew up with a stay-at-home mom. I really wanted to be home. So I started thinking of literally everything under the moon that I could start doing and like selling. So I was like making a list. I'm like, okay, could I start an Etsy shop? Could I paint pottery? Could I knit something? What could I do that would help me make some money so that I could maybe stay home and still help contribute, to the family? Because at that time we needed my income, my teaching income. So after months of thinking about different things, nothing really came through. My husband would come home to me like spray painting jars in the garage of our tiny, tiny starter home, and just like laughing because I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. So it was pretty funny. But so that's how it started. And then I got invited to coaching by a couple different girls. And I always said no, because I'm like, I don't even know what that is. No, I don't even really know what Instagram is. I just got an Instagram account. And I had just started working out pretty consistently. I was athletic. I danced for like 17 years, but really getting into my groove as an adult, I hadn't really found that yet. So I joined a fitness community called Tone It Up. I don't know if you guys know that. Maybe give me some hearts if you guys know what company that is. But so I had joined with Tone It Up, and I was starting to work out with online programs, which is a new thing for me, starting to work out, at home. But we were big gym goers. We'd go to the gym and I would do my workouts there, and I would still do extra stuff. And I just, I wasn't seeing the results that I really, really wanted. However, I really enjoyed the aspect of checking in and holding myself accountable online. And so I finally, for whatever reason, one night just said, okay, fine, add me to your group, to a girl who had invited me. And she was just really sweet. And I was like, okay, she kind of sounds like my kind of girl, so go for it. So I joined a group much like this one, and it was being hosted by a couple people. And I started listening to videos, and very, very shortly after starting to watch just a few of them, I started bawling because I watched this one video of a mom, and she that year was going to be leaving her teaching job and coming home to be with her 3 kids. And the way that she talked about how she felt every day and going to her job and commuting and everything, I literally saw myself in her story, because that's how I felt. I woke up every day feeling uninspired. I put my feet on the ground and I was just like dragging. And I hated that, it wasn't that I hated my job or hated my students or anything like that. I loved them and I loved doing that. But I just was in a place where I needed to change. I needed to do something different. I had just been told my entire life what I was going to do, and I just needed to do something for me. And so I took a month or so. My husband and I researched a bunch of stuff. We kind of figured out, okay, what is this company, Beachbody? Is it legit? Do they have good programs? Do they have good products that they're selling? And so we did a lot of research there. We were very skeptical about that, just because it was something that I'd never done before. So my husband helped me research all that, and we, came to the conclusion that these were great products. And he's like, hey, honey, actually, insanity. Like we did that when we first got married. So we realized that we'd actually done a program. I didn't even know that that was a thing, from this company. And so, we started to just feel confident about that decision. So I signed up as a coach, and I signed up at the same time, and I got into a challenge group. So a challenge group is a place to just, you're going to find out soon, is to hold yourself accountable. So it's other women are in there. You're checking in. The same thing that I loved about my Tone It Up stuff. So you're checking in, you're, just holding yourself accountable. I started doing this program, and I started to get results, and I actually finished it, and I was excited to do it. And it was just incredible. It was something I had never experienced before. And so from that moment on, I was like, wow, I think that this could be something. And so it's so crazy how quickly it's all happened, because I, was just so skeptical, and decided to just go for it. And I told my husband, I said, just give me a year. Like, let me just see how this goes. And he has always told me that if at the end of the day, if this whole thing, like if we, we sign you up and you get started, and if at the end of the day, the only thing that comes out of it is that you feel better and you feel more confident and you get into the shape that you want to, and you've made some friends while you do it, that's all I care about. He's like, that is not money wasted. And so good thing, because I didn't quit. And here we are 4 years later. So, but, fast forward a little bit, and I stuck with it. I started sharing my journey really transparently. I didn't have a lot of followers. I had no social media experience. I'm one of the shyest, most introverted people you will ever meet. And I just decided that I was going to do something different. I was just going to do something that made me feel good. It made me feel good to share my story and be able to connect with other women who felt the same way. And, and when I started as a coach, I basically was pregnant. So I found out I was pregnant a month later. So my whole journey was literally growing the other way, for the first 9 months of my business. And from the day that I started, it was about 8.5, almost 9 months after that I actually did not turn in my contract for the next year for teaching. And I left my teaching job. And at that time I was making pretty much what I was making as a teacher, with my Beachbody business. And so from there, it's continued to grow and grow, and our team has grown. And that year we turned into a top 10 team, and we've been a top 10 team ever since. So we just celebrated our team staying in the top 10 this year for our 3rd year in a row, which is just mind-blowing to me. It's just so cool. It is not a testament to me. I get to be the face and the leader, but my team is just absolutely incredible, and they are so amazing, and I'll talk about them in a minute. So that's my story. I am nobody special. I was a teacher. I am so shy and introverted. This is literally the last thing I thought I would be doing, is sharing my life on social media, talking to people, mentoring people. I just really never thought that's what I was going to do. So I say that to say that there is no perfect coach material. It doesn't mean you have to be a teacher before. It doesn't mean you have to have experience on the computer or experience with social media. All you have to have is a desire and a heart to do so. Is a desire to learn and a desire to share your story, to better yourself. And it's just been so cool. A lot of changes have happened with us. We've gone through a lot of family stuff over the last few years since I've been a coach. My sister had cancer, my parents got divorced, and it was super nasty, and it still is. Had 2 babies and had miscarriage scares and deaths in the family, and just so much hard stuff, and so much hard stuff with my friends who are coaches who become just dear friends to me. Just a lot of life, and because of coaching, it sounds really cheesy to say, but because of coaching, I really feel like I have been equipped to really tackle all these life things that I go through. I get that question a lot. From a lot of my just followers and people who I've been able to engage with, is like, how do you stay so joyful in the midst of so much just junk? And I really, really, truly believe wholeheartedly it's because of what I do as a coach. The personal development that I do, if you guys could see my shelf over here, it's full of personal development books and podcasts on the computer. And all that is just, I don't know if you've ever done a podcast or a self-development book before, but it's literally just working on yourself. It's like your own kind of therapy, but just you get to do it. And it's just so cool because it transformed just so much. It transformed who I was, how I interacted with my husband, how I am as a mom, as a friend, as a sister or daughter. It's just changed so many things. And within weeks of me becoming a coach, my husband noticed a really big difference in who I was and how I was even reacting to him in our relationship. And it's just been really, really super cool to see all the ways that it's enhanced my life and just given me a stronghold in some of the hardest times in my life, honestly, over the last 4 years. So without getting too deep and heavy and sappy, it's just been the greatest blessing ever. And so that's why I just can't freaking wait to just share it with you, because it just makes me so happy and so excited. And it's not for everybody. That's okay. I didn't even know it was for me until I started. And so my job as a coach now, as a top 10 coach for 3 years, leading an incredible superstar team. We have literally crushed every single advancement and just celebratory ranking in the company that you can have. And because of that, I have to just share it. I have to just share with everyone who wants to know about it, because it could be the thing that you're missing. It could be the answer to your searching for something, greater in your life. It could be the answer for you finding community, for you finding support, for you finding a fitness program and a healthy, meal plan that just works for you. It could be the answer to so many financial just issues that you may be struggling with, and just so many things, just emotionally and physically, for your own self and well-being. It's just been incredible. And that serves true for so many of my coaches too. So, okay, so that's my story. That's how I got into this whole thing. Hopefully this helps you kind of, get to know my story, get to know who I am. I don't want for you to think like, oh, she's a big time coach now, like this just came so easy for her. No. I worked my booty off, but I've also just enjoyed the heck out of it and found a lot of joy in the person that it's brought me into being. And I can't wait to see what this next year and many more years brings. It's just been a crazy ride every single year. And I see all my girls commenting. I love all my girls so much. It's just incredible. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about details, shall we? So that's a little bit about me, but okay, so one of the things that I get asked a lot about is, why should I become a coach? Why is it something cool? And one thing that I really truly believe is the accountability factor. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like having accountability and having support and having a place to feel like you belong. And I was just talking to my husband about this the other day, because outside of obviously just groups for tracking your fitness and your nutrition and, coach mentorship groups and one-on-one calls with me and group calls and trainings and team calls, outside of all of that kind of accountability, it's been really cool for me to see so many friendships being made just because they're just on our team. You know, I host retreats and we host events and we go to different conferences and things like that. And you can be a coach that flourishes or a coach that just kind of sticks around because you simply love just being a part of the community, and you don't really want to build a business, but you just want to be here for the support and have friends around you. And that's been one of the coolest things for me to see. You know, I've seen a lot of, I can think of 4 or 5 names right now of girls who are going through some hard stuff. But I see them posting with their accountability partner every day, doing their workouts, getting up, or maybe it's reading personal development or something with their partner. And guess who their partner is? It's somebody that they've met from coaching, from this team, you know, over social media, over the computer like this. It's just so cool. So, you know, you can't beat having that tangible accountability and a way for you to actually meet them in person and be with them in person. There's so many opportunities for you to meet as a team. And that's just one of the coolest things, is to have somebody like that. You know, often as we grow up, and for us, especially as women, if you've got kids, it's just crazy busy. And to have a place via social media and via, you know, just finding people online like this, it sounds so silly, but it really is so real, and it really gives you another level of an avenue to just feel heard and feel touched and connected with, and then get excited about, you know, moving your business forward and meeting at different events and things. So it's just super, super cool. And that's such a huge factor of why I think, you know, coaching is so amazing, because that accountability is unlike anything else. I've never experienced anything of that sort. Same thing, you know, along the same lines is just having that friendship, that community, that sisterhood. You know, you get to we live life together, the good stuff and the bad stuff. We are a community. We love our job. We love what we do, whether it's a full-time thing or whether it's a side hustle, but we love what we do, and we get to just exude that passion that we have for life, and it just sets our soul on fire. We just get so pumped about it, and it's just a really cool space to learn and grow, and, you know, turn something that you're passionate about into a way to make an income. Like, I don't know if you guys even realize how cool that is. I literally cannot imagine, I don't understand how this job is something that makes us money. Like, I really just don't. It's so crazy cool, because I feel like I should not love my job as much as I do and make an income doing it, because I've never loved a job as much as I love this one. And I've also never made a great income like I have now. And so it's just so neat. There's so much room for opportunity. And it's really, really cool to see what happens when you pair passion with work and with your job, and see what can happen. It's absolutely amazing. And the coolest thing is that you get to use all of your talents and your gifts that God's given you. So maybe you're super crafty, maybe you are super good with the computer or cool programs, maybe you're, you know, super funny and you like to make funny videos, or maybe you're really, really thoughtful, and so you add a really thoughtful touch into your challenge groups, your accountability groups. I mean, there's just so many things that you get to do to bless other people through this job. And that's just one of the coolest things for me, is that you can be anybody, any type of person, any type of personality, any types of talents, gifts, abilities, and you can use those to enhance the job that you do as a coach. It does not mean that you have to have this person here and your coach person here. No, they mold together to just enhance your business that much more. It's just super, super cool. So, you know, it's crazy how much your income can grow as being a coach. And I'll talk about income in a minute. But for me, like I told you guys, my first year coaching, I was a teacher and for about 8.5, 9 months. And then, you know, by then I left my teaching job making the same amount that I was then. The second year it doubled, you know, entering me into the 6-figure earning. And from there, it's just doubled and tripled each year, which has been amazing. Obviously not. It's very due to hard work, but the potential is amazing for any coach who wants to work for it, which is super cool. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm looking at my notes over here so I don't forget anything. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what coaches do, because that's another question I get, is like, what does a coach even do? Or what are there types of coaches? You know, like, do I have to be as all in as you, or can I just get the discount? You know, what does that look like? Also, please ask questions as I go. I am happy to answer and everything. So, okay, so there's 3 different types of coaches. Now, when you sign up, you sign up as a coach. That's just it. But we like to also kind of delegate a certain type of coach to you, so that for me personally, I know how much I need to mentor you. I know how much I need to pour into you based upon what your plan is. So there's 3 different types of coaches. The first one would be a discount coach. That is somebody who kind of just wants to come and they just want to work on themselves. You want to be part of the online fitness community. You want to have your accountability groups to check into. You don't really want to do a lot of social media stuff. You just kind of want to be a part of the coach life and enjoy that 25% discount that you get on all your products and programs, which is amazing. So, and let me say this too, as I share about these types of coaches, there's no like contract or no writing in blood what kind of coach you are. You can change into whatever kind of coach you want to be. If you sign up to be a coach and you're like, I just want to enjoy my discount, but you start getting in banging shape and you've got like 6 friends who are like, what are you doing? That's when you can email your coach and say, oh my gosh, okay, just kidding. Show me how to sign up, people, because I've got friends who want to do this. So just know that there's no set in stone thing. This is just kind of give you an idea, what do I want to get into? So we got a discount coach. Then the next coach would be a hobby coach. So obviously you want to enjoy your 25% off. You want to maybe host a challenge group of your own. So an accountability group, you want to do a program and also have people doing it with you. You want to tell people about what you're doing, get, potentially sign people up to, buy a program from you. You are able to earn commission. So if somebody does sign up from you, you could, potentially earn back the money that you spend on the products that you maybe purchased this month. And then you get to be a part of just transforming some lives, which is just one of the coolest things that we do as a coach. And then the third one would be a business builder, like myself, like many of my coaches on the team. And there's so many varieties and degrees with which you build your business. From somebody who just maybe wants to sign up a few people to somebody who wants to be a superstar diamond top 10 team like myself. So it's so all across the board. And a business builder just means that, yes, you want to enjoy your 25% off discount. You want to help people. You want to share. You want to go all in. You want to do your training. You want to learn through your new coach university. You want to get in a challenge group. You want to host a challenge group. You are ready to roll and you want to be told what to do and enrolled in all of the trainings, and you just want to be a part of this community and start changing some lives like yesterday. So that is what a business builder is. And it's so awesome. So as you have people join you and as you sign up people, you earn a 25% commission based off of whatever they purchase. So just keep that in mind. And then there's also so much room for growth there with volume, bonuses, and monthly gifts, and, earning paid trips and our retreats that I host personally that my husband and I sponsor. There's so many opportunities for cool things and cool income growth potential as well. Please make sure, if you have questions, please ask them. I'm an open book, so I will share anything that you guys want to know as I'm going through all this. So that's a little bit about what a coach does. Okay, so maybe we talk about some objections. I've gotten a lot of these, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can be a coach because of all these different reasons. So a couple of ones that I have heard is that, there's just so many. So I've heard, I'm not good enough at social media. I've heard I'm not fit enough. I've heard I'm not good with, online stuff. I've heard that I don't work out at home, or I don't like shakes. I've heard that I don't want to be too salesy. I've heard that I'm too shy or I'm too introverted. Believe me, I've heard literally all across the board. Give me some hearts if some of you guys feel that way, like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this because X, Y, and Z. Because you're not alone, and there are so many people that feel that way. But what I will say is that, one, you are joining a community. You are joining women who are here to help you. So when you enroll as a coach, you are going to get the most amazing training and support. We have an amazing new coach university that walks you through everything you need to know. We have a Google Drive of resources that have everything you would ever need to use for groups, for trainings, for anything that you want to do yourself. Social media stuff, tons of trainings on that. And you don't have to be perfect. The biggest part of learning social media is just starting. I myself this year have taken it upon myself to start learning how to take better pictures with better lighting. So I'm learning something new this year. If I look back, actually, I'll post tomorrow in here some screenshots of some of my first posts that I made as a new coach, because they're kind of coming back through my time hop. And it's hilarious that anybody wanted to join with me, because my pictures were horrible. They were like major collages, words everywhere. It was just bad. So you learn as you go, you guys. When you join as a coach, this is not about being perfect at all. You don't want to be perfect. You don't want to come in and be like this, like, perfect coach. You want to be broken. You want to be, the phrase that I always use is perfectly imperfect. That is you, and that is what we want. We want for you to be perfectly imperfect. We want for you to share your journey and unfold it for people. Let them see themselves in your story. Let them be a part of it. Let them see you lose the weight, or, overcome a mental battle, or overcome an eating disorder, overcome getting off of some kind of meds that you've been on, lowering your blood pressure. Let them see you mending your marriage, or mending, the crazy mom guilt that you struggle from. Let them be a part of that. That's one of the most rewarding things that we do as coaches, is as you start to feel comfortable to share little bits and pieces of you and pieces of your story. It's not easy at the beginning. It's hard. It's scary. Me, number one person who was like so anti-counseling, anti-therapy, anti-sharing any feelings, anti-any communication. That was me. My husband was like, this is going to have to change. So, coaching has really changed who I am, because now I share everything, well, almost everything, and just share a lot, and it's really, really rewarding. So don't feel like you have to have this perfect story and this perfect bod and this perfect, just picture perfect story to share as a coach, because that's not what we want. We want for you to be imperfect and have a story to share, okay? That's the best part about it. The social media stuff will come. You will learn by trial and error. You will learn by failing so hard and getting back up and trying again. You will learn by asking help. We have so many resources, like I said, and you're not alone. As far as working out at home and Shakeology and all the programs and products and stuff, we have amazing programs and products, and my suggestion is just for you to try it. Like myself, when I signed up as a coach, I didn't know anything about Beachbody, so I never tried a program. I didn't even know what Shakeology was. Back then, it was all DVDs. We didn't even have Beachbody On Demand, the awesome online library of workouts. We didn't have Energize. We didn't have any of the fun stuff. So there's so many amazing things, and my challenge to you would be just to try some stuff. Get into it and just give yourself a month. You can't make a decision based off of just a couple days of giving it a try. I tell my girls, be here in a year. If you're going to sign up, be here in a year. Give it a year. Nothing changes with just a couple weeks or days or months. You have to give it time for consistency and effort. Does anyone have any other objections or things that you're fearful of about signing up as a coach? Those were just a few that I had seen and heard. But please feel free to ask, any questions. I'm trying to think of any other big ones that I get. But, this is about you. This is your business. And I'm not here to be your boss. I'm here to be your mentor and to support you and love you and give you all the tips that I have. But you're the boss of your business. You get to create your mission and your brand and what you want to give to the world. And that's one of the coolest things. You get to bring all the cool stuff about you that I could never have and present it as your story. And that's one of the neatest things that we get to do. So if we don't have any other objections or things that people have questions about, then I think what I will do is talk a little bit about how we kind of get started, how you get started as a coach, and a little bit more on maybe some of the compensation, because I've seen some questions about that. So for you to get started, obviously we would ask for you to just reach out to your coach, reach out to me, comment below, whatever it is that you want to do, and just tag them and let them know, hey, I think I'm ready to get started. Message me and let me know what my next steps are. And those next steps will be for you to, either talk with your coach, or if you're one of the girls that reaches out to join with me as your coach, I'll have you fill out a little mentorship form so I can get to know a little bit more about you. And then I will send you a selection of fitness, and nutrition packs to make sure that you get set up the best of your ability. What we normally say is the best route for new coaches to get set up with is something called the All Access Challenge Pack. So it's $160, and it gives you access to all of the programs online for an entire year. So every new thing that comes out, everything that's on there, you get access to for free, which is so crazy awesome. And I mean, it's like less than $4 a month or something like that if you break it down, which is just crazy. I can't tell you how many months of payments for a gym membership that I just didn't even use because it just took too long to get there. So this day and age, I feel like it's super awesome to be able to work out in home. So you get access to the on-demand library for a year. You get your first month of Shakeology, so you're going to try your superfoods, and then you'll get access to all the new coach stuff. So you'll be welcomed into our team as a new coach. We'll celebrate you. We'll get excited. You'll get all your new coach materials that you need. You will get added to our new coach university, where it's self-paced. So you can do it on your own time and as fast or as slow as you want to, and just check in with your coach as you do it. You will, like I said, just get welcome to the team page, just kind of get into everything. You'll be able to start hopping on team calls and all of our mentorship calls, and we have some really neat calls that we're doing this year for trainings and leadership stuff, which is awesome. So then you'll get started with that. You'll get your pack in the mail. We'll add you to an accountability group, so you'll have a place to check in. We have this awesome app online, so you get to check in with your workouts and your nutrition, track everything, and it just makes it foolproof, and it's really, really awesome. And I think you'll find that that'll be one of your most favorite things that we do, or one that we have access to as coaches. So that's kind of how you get started. You know, if you already have Beachbody On Demand, maybe you already have access, then you can sign up with a completion pack, which will give you your Shakeology, and then it'll give you your coach fee to get signed up, and that's a little bit less. And then also you can just pay a $40 coach fee as well and get started there, but you'll have to get, products just to make sure that you're active. So there's a lot of options, and that's where when you reach out to the person that you want to join with, they'll tell you more information. They'll help you get started, help you find the best avenue and the best route to go, and for what makes sense for you. And that's pretty much how you get started. It's so awesome. And like I said, this is your journey and your story. You get to take it as fast or as slow as you want. And that's one of the coolest things. You're not signing a contract. You're not signing your life away. You can quit at any time, but give it a shot. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Don't talk yourself out of something just because you're afraid of what people will think of you, or you're afraid of failing. Believe me, I am the world's #1 person to just put in that category of being afraid of failing. So I will just not try, or I will half-ass it so that I don't feel like I gave it my all and then I still failed. So if you are that kind of person, you feel that way too, I beg you to just try doing something new, because it's just, you never know what it could be. I just this week got messages from 3 of my coaches who are just wrote me notes saying, hey, by the way, I just looked at my income over the last year and how it's grown, and I'm going to be able to not turn in my letter of intent for the next year, and I'm going to be coming home full time. So there's so many cool things that are happening on our team, so much room for growth, and I'm just so excited for you to get to be a part of it. It's just so awesome, and I really, really hope that you guys are as excited as I am. So there's a lot of questions. Let's see, not a lot, but a couple. So let's see. Okay, I'm already a personal trainer. How can this be different or help me? So we actually have quite a few personal trainers on our team who use this in addition to what they do. So they will either require their clients to get a challenge pack, so to get Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology is their choice of supplement. We also have an amazing performance line. So there's a performance line that has stuff to really accelerate your muscle, recomposition, a great energy supplement, a great recovery supplement, a hydration. There's so many awesome performance line things that a lot of our trainers use with their clients. So that's one thing that I know is a really popular thing among some of our trainers that are also coaches, and it just helps them to really expand their network. And we've actually had 2 that have decided to leave their personal training and move into being full-time coaches, because it's less they're actually getting, you know, they're having to spend less time doing this than they are being in the gym at crazy hours to meet with their clients and such. And so they're just hosting, you know, other fun fitness groups and still training clients doing these programs, and giving these awesome supplements, and it's helping their business, but they're also still getting to train and mentor and love on people the way that, you know, they're passionate about. So like I said, there's so many ways to use coaching to really enhance the things that you're passionate about, the things that you love. So that's one thing that's just super cool about it. Let's see. I don't want to be one of those people doing the the salesy, hey girl messages. Is there a different way to go about getting people interested? Absolutely. You know, we are one of the things that when I started as a coach, so a little background on that too, you know, when I became a coach, I didn't really have a super active team to join. So, you know, I joined the team, but my coach was just within a couple months of me joining was not as active as I was. And so, you know, I kind of had to figure out my own stuff on my own. And so that's why I started to save everything. So my Google Drive is full of examples and things of everything that I've done for you guys. So, but when I joined as a coach and when I started to create my team, you know, I wanted to create this team around the mission of inspiring and empowering women to live happy and healthy lives full of passion and belief. And I never wanted it to be salesy. I never wanted it to be about just make all the money and all the sales and all the numbers, because that's not why I started. You know, I started because I needed something for me. I desperately needed to be saved from myself. I was in a bad place. My marriage was in a bad place, and I needed community. I needed a sisterhood. I needed people to support me, and I needed something to get me outside of my own head and for me to work on the things that were just little demons. And so that is what coaching has done for me. And so from the very beginning, I really wanted my team to not be a super salesy team, a sales focused team. And so, you know, we really focus on sharing our story a lot. You know, when I talk to my coaches a lot, I'm very adamant about them sharing as much as they will, sharing their story and letting people get a glimpse into your life like it's a journal of your daily life every single day. Because when you do that, it's selling for yourself. You know, you're sharing about what you're loving and things that are changing for you. And that's such a cool part about coaching, is that you don't have to be the one that does all the hey girl messages. There is some inviting, of course. You know, you have to be for lack of a better term, you have to be ballsy enough to, obviously, if somebody kind of asks a question, jump on that and ask them, hey, are you maybe interested? Can I share about this program I'm doing? Because it's so awesome. You know, you do have to be willing to do that at some point, but there's definitely a healthy balance of inviting versus, you know, that cold inviting versus also just sharing and inviting people to join you that way. So there's a very healthy mix of what we do on our team, and so much training and so many resources and examples that I give you so that you feel comfortable to do what you need to do to build your business. I don't know if that helps a little bit, Christy. Let's see. Okay, somebody else. Oh, Christy, you too. Again, so I was considering becoming a personal trainer. You know what's really funny is that before I became a coach, that was one of the things that I thought about doing. And then I was like, man, I'm gonna have to go through all the certification and it's so expensive. And you know, one of the coolest things about what we do as coaches is like, you guys literally get signed up for 160 bucks. There's not a lot of companies now that have something that is that minimal. You don't have to have any of this stuff in your home, none of the products in your home. We have an amazing customer support system that does all this stuff for us. And it's just so awesome, you know, and we just get to be the faces of that and really share and be ambassadors for helping people, which is super legit. Okay, I was once a Beachbody coach for the hobby, but ended up quitting because of financial reasons. How can I become a coach again? Yeah, so if you've been a coach before and you're like, I kind of think I want to sign up again. If it has been, if you quit and it hasn't been 6 months yet, then you have to sign up with that coach that you signed up with prior to you quitting. But if it's been over 6 months, then you are able to sign up with any coach mentor that you want, and you just do it the same way. Of course, if you have Beachbody On Demand still, then you might want to just do the coach fee, and you'll link that to your coach account. Again, just ask the coach that you're signing up with, and they'll be able to help you. What happens if we can't make it to live coach calls? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that happens all the time. Don't worry, we record them. So sometimes I will, there's a mix of how we do team calls on our team. So, I am a mom. I've got 2 kids. My family is very, very important to me. And so let me take a drink really fast. They're very important to me. And so I do try to do some stuff in the afternoon. And then, of course, those are always recorded. And then we do stuff in the evening. And it might be a Zoom call where we're live on a video and you get to see everybody on the screen. Or it might be me just popping in live like this video into the team page and doing a training. And then we also have guest speakers and such. But everything's always recorded, so you can always go back to it. The cool thing about Facebook groups now is there's these little topic tags. So I always tag everything, and you can always go search, Instagram tips or team calls or anything like that. And it's always kept up to date, and you can always go and check things out there. So obviously you miss the energy when you're on live, but you can always use the recording. And that's what I had to do when I was a new coach. When I was still teaching, I would listen to all the calls on my hour-and-a-half commute to teach and on my way back and in lunch breaks. That's what I did, was listen to my personal development, listen to my training, listen to missed team calls, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Just thinking about doing this makes my face hot and red. Girl, believe me, I totally understand. I was majorly sweating thinking about this decision before I pressed yes. And I still remember the first day that I posted my first post as a new coach, sharing like, hello world, I am about to do something new. Thanks for following my journey. And I was in Kroger and I pressed post and I just like shoved my phone in my bag and I just couldn't even look for like an hour. But you know what? Your fear is the one thing that will hold you back, but you're fearful of things that really aren't even very true. You're not going to have a bunch of people come out and just hate on you for doing something that you're excited about. If you're passionate about it and you're excited about it, your true friends and the true people that matter will support you, and they will be excited for you, and they will love seeing the way that you change from being a coach. So don't let that scare you away from doing something out of the ordinary like this, because that's just one of the worst things that could happen, because it would just cripple you from doing something that could really, really be an awesome blessing. But I get it, because I'm a major worrywart, and I also worry about what people think way too much. So that's changed a lot since coaching. I've had to really learn about that for myself. I can't sign back up for a few months. Do you have any suggestions on how to prepare to dive in when I can? Yeah, girl, start sharing some workouts. Grab a personal development book. Grab something like, trying to think of some good ones. If you've ever read like The Go-Giver or The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect, there's also so many good other like feel-good ones like, Girl Wash Your Face and You Are a Badass and all those other books. But grab a PD book, start reading it, start sharing a little bit about it, start sharing some workouts, just start sharing the coach lifestyle, which is literally just sharing your life and how there's little parts that are enhancing, your daily lifestyle. So that's a great way to start. How do you start? I don't have any friends or family to back me up. Girlfriend, neither did I. So it's funny because I have a lot of people that were like, oh my gosh, you must have had so many people supporting you, and that's why you were able to be successful. No. So I did not. I still to this day I can maybe count in 4 years, maybe in 4 years, I can count on 2 hands the amount of warm market friends, family, anybody who's ever joined with me, ever. So that's not for lack of trying. That is not for lack of sharing with them. It's just how it is. It was some financial, some non-supportive, some I don't even want to talk to you about this, some just like, wait, what? You're a coach? So, a mix of all that. But that's just an excuse, to be honest, and something that cripples some of my girls who never move anywhere in their business because they're too worried that they don't have any family or friends to do this with them. And that's just the reality. When I started my business, I had to work fully on Instagram. I met all new people. I met all new women. I shared the heck out of what I was doing. I was passionate. I was excited, and I just invited as many women as I could to join me because I wanted them to do this with me. And so, I didn't have any family to support me. It took years for any of my family members to even ask me any questions about what it was that I was doing and to even tell me they were proud of me. And for somebody who really cares a lot about what people think and likes words of affirmation, that was hard. It's hard to not get that. So, but it's just a reality. It was just a fact. And I had to move past that and just kind of find other people who did want to support me and did want to do this with me. So, that's just something that will hold you back, but it is not a deal breaker. If you're thinking right now, I have nobody who I could think of right now that would join me. You do, but you just don't know it yet. And I'll help you figure out who those people are. But don't worry if it's not family. Okay? Don't worry. More questions. Okay, so one of you guys said that you've been thinking about this for a year and your family doesn't think it's a good idea. So, the one thing that I have found, because when I told my husband, he was like, yeah, right, you're not going to do that. And I was like, no, really, let's look at it, at least look at it with me, right? At least look into what this company is and let's talk about it. He's like, you want to post workouts and things? I'm like, I don't know. Let me just see. So, I wouldn't say that he fully was super excited about it at the beginning either. He's obviously now one of the most supportive people ever. However, one of the things that I have found that works a lot for myself in my relationship, but also for other women on our team who have maybe a very hesitant or non-supportive spouse or family member, is really, it sounds stupid kind of, but is to sit down with them and really, for us as women, it's hard not to be defensive, I think sometimes, but to really just tell them why you really want to do this. Not just like, oh, I just think it looks fun, but why do you want to do it? You've been listening to this call for maybe 45 minutes now, and there's obviously a reason that you think that this might be something for you. What is it? Is it that you need that mental transformation? Is it that you need somebody to support you so that you can achieve those fitness goals that you really wanted to? Is it because you need just friends? You just need support and community and sisters around you to love on you? What is it? And that thing that it really, really is, or maybe it's that you need to make a buck for your family, like you're struggling hardcore to put money on or food on the table for your kids. And so a couple extra $100 a month would be tremendous. There's obviously a reason that every single person wants to do this, and it can be big or little, but I've found that as you try to really sit down, drop your pride, and just openly share with the person that is not supportive of you, and just try to ask them to support you and give you a chance to show them that this is something that you think could be really amazing for you. And that's really all that you can do, is try to do that. And then you have to make the decision to either do it for you or don't do it because you need to listen to what they say, or, obviously everyone has their own situations and in which maybe that's appropriate or not. So, but I have felt that that has been something that's helped some of my girls who struggled with that. And then once they kind of finally sat down and really humbly shared why they really wanted to do this, that helps their significant other or family member to really understand a little bit more. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Oh, great question, Alyssa. Okay, so I didn't really share this very clearly. So as far as getting signed up, so we talked about the $160 for your challenge pack. You don't pay that again. That's your first time. That's your first thing. You get access to that for a year. Then monthly, so there is a $15.95, $15.95 fee monthly, and that is your website fee. That is the fee that we pay because we have no products, because we have amazing customer support, and because if anything ever happens with our websites or anything, that is all taken care of for us. So that is an amazing price to pay for the amazing support and customer service that we have, to be able to literally run our entire business, and they do everything else that we need. So that's the fee that you get. And then every month you want to stay active as a coach. And so there's different ranks of coaches, and this is something that you learn in your New Coach University based upon, your goals. If you're like, I'm ready to move, you'll see all the different coach increments that you can move towards, and what income can be related to those, what kind of bonuses, things like that. But monthly, you'll want to stay active as a coach. And so that usually means 50 personal volume points. So most of the time, people just continue to stay on their Shakeology. Some people will do, you know, our beach bars. This is like our new protein bar. There's all the performance lines. So like for me, if you guys follow me, you know, my yellow drink, my Mommy Go-Go juice, you know, things like that. So, you know, there's options of what monetary value are associated with each product. So you can kind of decide what's right for you. And again, you're not bound to any contract. So you can pause it, you can push it back, you can change the dates, all that kind of stuff. You're not, you know, all it does is just make you inactive for that time if you choose to pause it. So you're not like in trouble or anything. No, you don't charge you for anything. Hi, Alyssa, also. Okay, so anything else, you guys? Anything else that I can help you understand? You know, my biggest thing would just be for you to just kind of sit and think tonight, you know, after hearing all these, you know, my story and hearing everything. And I do urge you to go listen to some of the videos that are in here. I went ahead and just kept those because they're amazing from some of my leaders, and it's just good to hear their story too and kind of what coaching has meant for them. But I encourage you to look at those, and also just to kind of sit here tonight and think about, like, you know, what could having support and community mean for me? What could finally sitting down, dropping my barriers, and doing some personal development and really spending time on myself every day, like, what could that mean for me as a mom and as a wife? You know, what could $500 extra do for my family? You know, think about some of these amazing things, and really just kind of think about that before you make your decision on what you want to do. But we are just so excited for you, and you know, I hope that you will join us. You know, you are joining a team full of so much support, so much passion and love and excitement for what we do. So many amazing resources. You will not be alone on this journey, and that's one of the coolest things that, you know, I feel a lot of pride in our team, because I get that a lot from other teams that I have had people join from. And so I'm really proud of that. And I truly am so excited every time I get to welcome a new face onto our team, because I feel like they're just finally coming home, and they're coming home to family. So we're so excited, and I hope that if you have more questions, please. Oh, you got my samples. Good. Yes, so if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. Please message me, please comment below. And if you are ready to go, then comment below too, or message me, or message your coach that added you here, because we want you here. We want for you to be a part of this, and we want to get you started now so you can enjoy all of the new year, and enjoy just the momentum of all the new things that are coming, and just be a part of our team this entire year. So we are so excited for you. Again, my name is Ashley. If you need absolutely anything, message me. And I hope to be hearing from you guys soon. And I will also be sharing a fun little giveaway that I'm going to be doing. If you guys saw me in my earlier video with my Inspiration Crew t-shirt on here. So for the first 5 ladies that get signed up and are, you know, posting this page, I'm going to send you guys a little shirt. So we're so excited for y'all. Have a good night. Let me know if you need anything. See you guys.